Why have we seen so many scam ads in the past UAE advertising awards?
Stupidity. I think it's an ego thing, you know. People, you know, they want to win awards, and they'll do whatever it takes to get them. You know, not thinking of the consequences. And you know, even though, you know, some of these ads were brilliant, creatively brilliant. You know, given a bit of time and selling them properly to the client, they would have had great ads to show for them. But being impatient and just running things without proper approvals and things like that is just stupid. It really is.
Dubai was developing, or maybe is still developing really fast, and industry here became much better than it was 5 years ago. People wanted to prove that I can do it. Client structures and client bureaucracy was still thick, you know. So they were really frustrated, probably, that they cannot get easily through the bureaucratic machine of some of the clients. So that's probably why. But having said that, we have a feeling that it's happening only in UAE, you know, and it's not happening only in UAE. The whole Cannes festival was built on scam. Any other festival, you know.
Scam ads it's a global phenomenon. What's happened is a lot of people are very successful in our business today, the creatives especially, and a lot of the agencies as well. They've, you know, the problem is the whole system is kind of skewed. There's some really top guys who've done a lot of scam stuff, but people forget that. So the whole thing is about being recognized for doing something great. And I think 3 years down the line, nobody really cares if that was real or wasn't. So that's the system. So you've got more than half of the Cannes jury who's on the jury because they've done stuff like that. You've got the most successful, you know, the biggest salaries in our business are drawn by people who have done scam ads in the past, you know. And so, what are you telling a 23-year-old? What kind of message is that? Go with that, cheat, take the shortcut, and you will be successful, you will make more money.
Because people have found it impossible to do decent advertising in the daily process of work. Massive amount of scam work done that didn't follow those channels. So it was done for awards, was done for selfish reasons, was done for personal gain, was done not for the love of the industry, was done for the love of ambition. There's nothing wrong when you do it properly, responsibly, with business in mind, with clients' business in mind, with your own client's business in mind. When people do it properly, you forget that it's scam.
Scam is the antidote to what seems to be, or what a lot of creative people are saying, are limitations of opportunities. I personally don't think that is the case. I think it's just desperation. I want it now, and they've just become a little bit lazy perhaps in pursuing the right opportunities, and they're taking shortcuts to fame.
I think it's not just a local issue, it's a global issue as well. But I think in the UAE there's been a sort of outburst because the creativity is a lot stronger in the last 3 years than it has ever been before, and there's always recognition for great work out there because it builds a brand of the agency. So I think a lot of people got on the bandwagon and became sort of a really bad habit, and a lot of people just really pushing a lot of scam ads just to get the recognition of the brand or the advertising brand for probably for business or for just an ego settlement.
Why? I think because it's a normal thing. All creative have been, in my mind, frustrated a little bit because we're not able to produce this kind of creative level with our actual clients. So we're doing scam ads for the same kind of clients, and maybe it's a way to show them, the clients, that we can do more creative stuff.
Because it's very difficult for the advertisers to get the great work out. I think the best work we've seen is scam, and I think it's good for it to be done because it shows what can be done. If it hadn't been done, a lot of people would have said, well, it's the usual cliche Middle Eastern fabric of bad advertising. It's not. And I think the only problem with the work that has been done by scam is the fact that it didn't run and it wasn't real. But it's still by far the best work I've seen in the region being done.
I think we haven't seen so many. I think there's no difference here than anywhere else on this planet. Biggest scam problem last year or this year was a Brazilian ad in Cannes. I think it's being blown out of proportion, probably because creative work is still a little bit new in this market. So the whole phenomenon is also perceived as being new, and then therefore is being written about as being really big here. I don't think it's any bigger than in any other market anywhere on this planet, because it's the same people doing this stuff that have come here from all the other markets. So in parts they're importing the problem.
I think it's quite simple. I think it's similar to what's happening in the rest of the world. It's just a lot more monitored in the rest of the world, and it's a lot more open here. It's kind of an outlet because clients aren't buying the good work. You know, they're not taking those risks, especially now within these times. They're not taking those risks. So the only outlet is through scam, unfortunately. I think the biggest problem in the region is not the creative, it's the marketers themselves.